All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the. Let's see if we can get this flashlight doing its thing, giving a little blip right there, and as well as we've got the K2 meter, which is right over here, where I just covered with my hand. Yep, and there we go. With that again as usual. So a little bit of a quiet night. Neighbors are outside. Something I can't really ever seem to avoid. As you can see, we are doing this live now, and we are looking at the back of the hearse. The only bad thing is I probably can't really do anything much about the focus there. It's probably not going to be that great of a video, but definitely something cool. Yes, Mom is going detecting. I did see your lengthy list that you had left the comment on the video prior. I actually need to find a way to like screenshot that and print that out so that way I can actually kind of go over that a little bit more. But for right now, I just kind of figured I would do a live and see if there's still some more activity. I'm a little bit bummed actually because while I was setting up, yeah, the K2 meter and the EDI were actually, yep, and there's the EDI. See, and the K2 now. Wow. See, this is what's nuts. I literally talk about the equipment and it sets the equipment off. Like this is just this is insane. Like it literally knows like what equipment I'm talking about. That just really like blows my mind. So we literally just had the flashlight, the EDI, and the K2 all hit upon me actually talking about the devices. That just really blows my mind. And this is something that I'm a little bit mind like boggled of because this is like one of the first scenarios where like all three devices are actually working and it's literally like off of like my command, so to speak. Now, last time when we tried doing this, we didn't get any activity with the K2 meter, but tonight we actually have had some activity. I'm a little bit nervous being outside here right now because of the bears. There are bears, if you guys see the videos that do come in my yard. So being out here in the dark, I am a little bit worried about that. But you know, with my neighbors out having a fire right now, at least I know, at least I know there's other people out here, so it's at least a little comforting. But I don't have an actual microphone plugged in. This way, and there's the K2 hitting. This way I can kind of keep the sounds to being just my voice up close to the phone. So if anybody has any, okay, K2 and then flashlight. That's just amazing, man. If anybody viewing has any, wow, again, flashlight and K2 hit. That's just, wow. That is seriously amazing. If anybody viewing has any questions or anything you would like me to ask or say, go ahead and post your questions and comments now, and we'll let you guys carry out this conversation here. Hey, Frank, what's going on? Oh, wow, look at that. So, guys, to reiterate again, the orange numbers you guys are seeing on the left is the EDI meter. The green light you are seeing on the right is the K2, which just blipped again as I'm talking about the equipment. This is, like, insane. And, yep, you got it. There's the flashlight. But the crazy thing is like, there's definitely got to be something hooked to this because I've never seen, like, the only time we've ever seen activity that was like, we went there and it was guaranteed activity was like Kara's barn. But this is literally just a car in my driveway that I'm going out and putting my equipment in. And both times, it's just immediately set off and working. Like, this is nuts. And then, so Frank, the one thing that you missed is that literally as I was like listing each piece of equipment, it would literally touch them. Now tonight, compared to the other nights, we actually had the K2 meter, the EDI, and the flashlight all going. And usually when one of them goes, at least two of them go. So if you guys saw, the flashlight just light up right before that. Oh, this is pretty crazy. Okay, if there's any buffering, just close out the video and come back in. It's probably the best bet. Hey, Frank. Yep, and you're getting a hello from our little Casper here. Is the spirit in the back of the hearse a child? If you are a child, please turn on the flashlight. Yep, we had a K2 blip, so something's in there, but it's not touching the flashlight. Okay, now we have the flashlight, but it's a little bit late, so I don't really want to, I don't know whether I should disregard that or count that. And there's the EDI going. This is something. Are you an adult? Okay, well, we had a blip on the EDI. See, that's weird. So my first question asking about if it's a child, we had a blip on the EDI, then the other equipment went off. Okay, now we got the EDI going more again. K2, guarantee we're about to have the flashlight. Probably any second now. And make me a liar. I actually feel like really bummed that I'm doing this live. I kind of wish I brought my actual night vision camera out here and recorded this so you guys can actually see. It's the only thing I hate about doing these lives, that you can't see anything. On the flashlight and then the K2. See, it's like I feel like I can't even ask any questions tonight because this is literally just kind of doing whatever it wants on its own. It's literally doing its own thing right now, just kind of playing with everything. So I really don't know what to actually make of this. I just find it really odd that something is actually like constantly present with this thing. Like, I'm really shocked about this. Because even like I said, the first time I came out here to investigate this, I expected it to be a 20-minute video of nothing happening, and it ended up being a 20-minute video of me eating my words, putting my foot in my mouth. And I just came out here and literally, even as I was setting things up, placed it. Literally, the EDI was actually on in my hand, and before I even opened the door to the hearse, it was already going haywire. So this is some pretty crazy stuff going on. But since this is live and we're just kind of admiring the activity, I do want to try to keep the stream going for maybe at least an hour here, just to kind of see what we get going with this. But so to basically give some explanation on the equipment, the EDI and the K2 meter both detect like electromagnetic energy. That's why you can hold them next to, like, if you put like a cell phone next to them, they won't react with just a cell phone next to them. But if you try pulling up a web page or sending a text or anything, that frequency will then set the equipment off. Now the Maglite do that either, but the Maglite and the K2 are both doing that. The Maglite is actually set to where it's off, but only very faintly off. So what happens is, if there's an electromagnetic energy that actually comes in contact with it, it will actually bridge the connection of the battery. We have some fireworks in the distance, but it will actually bridge the connection and turn the flashlight on. Frank, I'll ask that question in a moment. Why is there something saying with the hearse? I honestly would not know. Oh wow, we just had that. If you guys saw it, the K2 just went all the way up to orange. It just did a solid, like, just swipe right across. That's nuts. Okay, so I do strong presence. So I think whatever is here was actually saving itself up in preparation for the next time that we would do this. I'm actually getting chills really bad right now. Holy crap, I'm getting cold. Oh my god. Like, I'm actually really uncomfortable. Like, you can't see it with the flashlight, but I got like goosebumps really bad. I feel a very strong coldness over now, as if there's just like extremely cold air just coming out of the back of the hearse. And I feel very uncomfortable right now. If you could please stop touching the equipment. I do have a question that I would like to ask. If you are a male, can you please turn on the flashlight? If you are a male, turn on the flashlight. If you are not a male, do not turn on the flashlight. Okay, and right now it seems like all of the equipment has subsided and died. All right, so we can see a significant here, everything silent. If you are a female, again, if you are female, there we go. Okay, so you can go ahead and turn it off now. Step away from it. You know how to use it. There we go. Okay, so we have a solid confirmation of it being female. And again, the equipment is. Now, you guys saw this whole beginning of this, the equipment was going crazy. Now that I'm actually being serious and a little bit firm with it and asking questions, everything is actually stopped and it's more or less leveled out. Are you following and staying with the hearse? If you are, please turn on the flashlight. Okay. Are you a presence from the physical property that we're standing in and not the hearse? If you are an entity that is here on these grounds that just kind of likes to hang out with the hearse, can you turn on the light? We had a K2 blip for a second, so we do know that there's still something in there. Hey, what's going on, Becky? Okay, so the K2 meter did give us a confirmation that something is still in there. Flashlight not coming on. All right, so I asked if it was attached to the hearse, did not respond. I asked if it was attached to the grounds. Okay, now it wants to turn on. So I asked if it was attached to the hearse, it did not respond. I asked if it was attached to the grounds, it did not respond. So at this point, I don't know how to ask it, like what it's doing here, like what it's here for, because, or with, I don't know at this point. Okay, please turn off the flashlight. It's like instant command, man. This is nuts. Are you afraid of something? If you're afraid of something, turn on the light. You are comfortable and at peace. Please turn on the flashlight. Okay, so again, we've got, blinded me. Didn't expect it to kick on. So again, same thing, we had some K2 hits and the flashlight come on, but the flashlight was very delayed, just like the prior question, so I don't want to consider that a substantial response because, that was delayed, so. Is there more than one spirit here? If there is more than one, can we maybe set off multiple devices? Okay, so we did drop out for a moment, but we did manage to reconnect. If there is only one of you here, can you please turn on the flashlight? Okay, we got a quick blip. If you enjoy my company, me coming out here talking to you, please turn on the flashlight. Okay. All right, thank you for the response. You can turn it off now. Turn it off. Okay. When I ask you these questions, I would like you to try to be as prompt as possible with turning on devices. If you do fully, yes, okay, yeah, now that's fully right. Okay, I didn't ask for max brightness. I just asked that you try to respond more efficiently. But I guess that works. Definitely, the spirit definitely does pay attention. Um, Jumps the gun a little bit, but pays attention. Now, I would like to more further some proof here. The K2 meter, which is the device that has the green light on it currently, that is up against the, yep, that one. Okay. Again, with jumping the gun here, but I was going to ask that you could touch that device and make it light up to confirm understanding what I'm saying and knowing what the equipment is. And of course, like I said, you jumped the gun and touched it as I was asking. So I'll take that as a yes. Now you also are aware of the EDI meter, which is over to the left, possibly your right, depending on, your look at it. And it has, oh wow, and it just put 666 on the EDI. Oh my God. Guys, look at the EDI meter, it says 666. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Guys, it says 666 on the EDI. Come on, focus back in on it. Of course, now went to 665, 664. Okay, that was definitely that the EDI was changed to 666. And yes, of course, the flashlight, which is now on max brightness again. Yeah, this is definitely strange. I really can't stress enough how much I really want to have JP videos here for this, because I feel like he would get a total thrill out of this. The only bad thing is I kind of wish I could actually validate that it is actually something staying with the hearse. Becky, we did ask if it was male or female earlier in the video, and we got a solid confirmation on female. Were you killed? Or were you murdered by somebody? If you were, please turn on the flashlight. If you passed away due to natural causes, such as old age, please, oh, we got a blip. Did you pass away due to, and there goes the K2, did you possibly pass away due to an illness? So yeah, Becky, definitely, if, I know this is kind of a very dark video and it's kind of hard to watch. It's more of a listening and looking at lights. But I think you would be very impressed and amazed at what activity is actually taking place in the back of my hearse. So by all means, if you want to at some point watch the replay, it is actually pretty interesting. I've never actually dealt with like a haunted car, I would have never thought that a hearse would be on it, of all things. And then there goes the K2 again. But funny enough, this is the second time that I'm out here doing this, and the equipment is all just coinciding with each other, and we're getting complete valid responses. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. RJ, I wish you were here to actually witness this. Like so we've got all the equipment in the hearse again, and we've actually got the K2 uh, blipping. We've got and actually hitting some high orange. We've got the flashlight going, and we've got the EDI showing some activity as well. So it's a pretty active night right now with the hearse. Okay, so as it was kind of flickering a light at me, I think it did want to continue the conversation. If you died due to an accident, can you please turn on the flashlight? So we did ask if it was murdered, old age, or sickness, and we didn't get anything with those. Now I'm asking if it was an accidental death, and so far no response yet. Did you take your own life? If your passing was due to a form of a suicide, can you please turn on the light? Really hoping it doesn't turn on right now. And great, yep, there it goes. Of course. Why is it when you say you really hope you don't get the response, that's when you get the response? And there's the EDI. Did you overdose? If you overdosed on some form of drug, can you turn on the flashlight? Now, even though we did get a confirmation with the taking its own life, that question of an OD, which is why I am still continuing with asking that question, does not seem. Did you take your own life by self-inflicting harm? EDI went. If you took your life in the means of hanging, gunshot, or I don't really know any other methods. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay, so just to confirm that we are correct on what was said, please turn on the flashlight again if you are going to double confirm that you did take your own life. If what we saw earlier with the flashlight coming on was that you took your own life, please turn on the flashlight again. So that way we have a double validation of this. So I'm curious to see. Okay, lights back on. So this is interesting to say the least. Okay, I would like you to turn off the light. Now, I do understand that you have passed and you're here as a spirit, and being here, on Earth is an amazing place to be, but I do want to say that if you do see a white light that you really should not be afraid to go into it. There is a white light in front of you. I promise you everything will be okay if you go into it. There's been many other times where I've communicated with spirits and have guided them, and they've actually gone and they've been a lot happier, and they've went to a much better place where all their questions are answered, all their pain is taken away, and all their suffering ends. So if you do see a white light, as much as it might be frustrating or stressful, I promise you, going into it, everything will be okay. Really hoping we can actually get this spirit to cross over. So right now we're just kind of sitting here in silence, waiting to see what happened. The flashlight did, as you guys saw, kick back on, but that could have easily been a means of saying thank you. It did kind of fade away. So let's just keep an eye and see if any of the equipment does anything right now. K2 seems to be pretty silent. The K2 and the EDI are both. If there's anything still here, or anyone, yeah, I could do that. To the comment, I didn't actually see, I didn't see who posted it. I just happened to read the comment quick, but somebody did say, taking the hearse somewhere to, basically assist with that. Okay, so flashlight's back on, so we are having a little bit of trouble with, trying to get something to pass on. So something, for some reason, is still holding here, and not going on. Now, like I said earlier in the video, for anybody that may have missed, I do want to, at some point, actually get the hearse out of my driveway and to a different location and do one of these investigations again. This way it's not on my property, because as you guys know, my house has had some activity. So I want to verify with the hearse being off of the property, that something is actually attaching directly to the hearse. So basically, if we take the hearse to another location and it's, dead, nothing happens, then we know it's something actually on the property just kind of playing games, and trying to fool us, versus if we do have activity at a different location with the hearse, then we know something is actually attached to it itself. If you're still here with us, can you please turn on the flashlight? Oh, there's the K2. Okay. Okay, flashlight's on. So we did have this spike on the K2, and we've got the flashlight on, so there is still something here. That's crazy. All right, guys. So right now I'm currently outside 100% by myself. Neighbors and their corresponding houses have all went in. So I'm out here in pitch black and still don't know if a bear might randomly walk up on me. So kind of a little bit uncomfortable right now. So I think I'm going to end the live stream here. We did get a little bit more answers, and we did get to see that there was still some activity going on. So I'm going to talk with RJ and JP Videos and see what we can do as far as doing like a full-on, heavy couple-hour investigation on this and seeing what we can come up with. So if you guys want to leave a comment, yeah, I would probably jump in the back of the hearse if I see the bear. So we're going to try to figure out, has kind of more or less calmed down. The activity is more subtle now and very spread apart. So I think now is a good time to not really, be up its ass, so to speak, just kind of let things ride the way they are. And we'll continue this later on. So I do want to thank everybody that did tune in to check this out. Once this video is over, if you want to leave a comment and give me any of your suggestions and ideas, and we'll take those into consideration when we do a full force investigation on this. And yeah, so thanks guys for checking it out. See you guys next time. I'll give it a bear hug.